All right. So hello everyone, and of course, welcome to the AMA with Nexura Chain. Now, before we get the party started, and of course, hand over the microphone to the team here, let's just first dive right into the introduction from my end, so you, of course, can get the hang of the basics as per usual, right? So, Nexura is an L1 blockchain with delegated proof of stake and EVM compatibility. Now, as far as major selling points go, and of course, some information on the actual blockchain here, you can expect high transaction speeds with, of course, low cost, which is something that I personally like to see and something that I will be 100% sure that all of you tuning in, if you're interested to either build on the chain or let's say potentially use it for your investment purposes, are going to be more than happy to hear as well. Now, if you move on to their focus, it is AI-driven security. So more information on that later on as we're moving on with the presentation portion of today's session. Now, I'm sure that you'd be interested to know more about token holder benefits, especially since the pre-sale it is just around the corner after all. So for the sake of simplicity, I'll just do a quick rundown on the governance model here. So you as a holder of the Zura token will get a say in the decision-making process. So let's say essentially shaping the future of the Nexura blockchain. Now, I did want to also mention that mainnet it is up and running, so you can find the Explorer on your website if you'd like to check it out as well. So you have the website link on the AMA announcement here. So what you need to do is just click on the website, and once you're there, you just need to click on Launch Explorer, the button, so you don't even have to scroll or anything. So yeah, again, do feel free to check it out. And just lastly, before moving on with the presentation portion, I did just want to drop the kind reminder for the pre-sale. So as we did mention, it is just around the corner, and it is taking place on the 6th of April at 1 p.m. UTC sharp. So if any of you are interested in contributing to the sale, you of course can find the link to it on the AMA announcement. So yeah, we kind of been through this, but just a kind reminder that you do have it as the last pin message in our Telegram, as well as just forwarded in our main chat. And considering that the chat, it is currently locked, you don't even have to do any scrolling. Everything is there taken care of for you. And some encouragements to also join their Telegram if you're going to have any additional questions, just so, once again, the team can get you sorted before the pre-sale starts. So yeah, that will be it for my end, at least for now. It is a pleasure to have you here. Thank you very much for joining. Now, if you don't mind, for starters, just providing a little bit of background information about yourself, and then feel free to tie it together to the Nexura project, so how everything got started, what you wanted to accomplish, utilities, basically everything that you want the listeners to know. And then, of course, we're going to proceed with some topics of discussion. So it's a pleasure, and the floor is all yours. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that introduction. So hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Irvin, a.k.a. Hickory Online, and I'm from the U.S., and I'm the founder of Nexura. And I'm so excited that you guys are here today. Today, I'm inviting you on a journey into something truly groundbreaking. Nexura, a crypto project that's shaping the future with cutting-edge technology, AI-driven security, and low costs. We're building a revolution, and we're aiming to break into the top 50 crypto projects worldwide. And I'm here to show you why you need to be part of it. So, who are we? Nexura is a next-generation Layer 1 blockchain powered by a delegated proof-of-stake mechanism. It's scalable, fast, and efficient. And our superpower? Artificial intelligence. It drives real-time threat detection and optimization, making our network more secure while staying fast and efficient. As a developer, I've worked on projects before, one of which hit a 150 million market cap in just 4 months. So I know what works. Together, with an amazing team, we built Nexura to tackle some of the biggest problems in the space, which are slow transactions, high gas fees, and security gaps. What really sets us apart is the way our AI works. It scans and blocks threats before they even happen, kind of like predictive analytics and machine learning on steroids. With Nexura, we're delivering 2,000 transactions per second, and each one finalizes in just 3 seconds. This makes Nexura perfect for dApps and enterprise use cases. And yes, we're fully EVM compatible, which means Ethereum smart contracts can just plug right in, where they will run faster and at a fraction of the cost. Imagine being a part of this community that drives project forward through delegated proof of stakes, and your voice matters. And I've got exciting news. We're working on securing a Tier 1 exchange listing, which is going to be a major game changer for Nexura. Plus, we plan to integrate our network in centralized exchanges down the line to maximize liquidity. So stay tuned for more details. Now let's talk about Zura coin. Zura is our native coin, and it's deflationary by design. There's only a max supply of Zura coins, which means that only limited number will ever exist. We built a burning mechanism, so with every transaction, a portion of those coins are burned, making Zura scarcer over time, which is great for those holding the coin. Additionally, a portion of those transaction fees are distributed to stakeholders and validators, rewarding those who support the network. It's a win-win for everyone. And for those of you looking to get early, our pre-sale is the perfect opportunity. Out of the total 10 billion Zura coins, 35% will be allocated to staking and validator rewards. So the first round of the pre-sale offer the best price. So whether you're a developer or part of the community, now is the time to jump in. What's next for Nexura? Our growth plan includes the Tier 1 exchange listing, which will give us global exposure plus integration with GemPad for pre-sales of project built on Nexura. We're also offering a one-on-one training for validators to make an easy possible for anyone to set up a node. And with our bold marketing strategy, including social media campaigns and strategic partnerships, we're going global. So let's take a quick look at our roadmap. In this Q2 2025, we're planning to launch our mainnet, activate the staking, and start signing enterprise deals. In Q3 2025, we plan on rolling out Nexura Wallet and integrate with GemPad for pre-sales of projects on our blockchain. And beyond that, we're building out more features like our DEX, liquidity pools, yield farming, and on-chain analytics. And this is just the beginning, and things are about to get very huge. Nexura is more than just a blockchain project, it's a movement. It's for developers building scalable dApps, businesses that need fast and reliable solutions, and a community that believes in the power of next generation technology. So let's work together to break into the top 50 projects and make real impact in the blockchain world. So who's with us? I'd love to hear your thoughts now and answer any questions you might have. Thank you so
Perfect.
much.
Now, thank you very much. Sorry for cutting you off there for a second. But just I wanted to say an absolutely fantastic presentation. I specifically like the fact that you covered, all of the major selling points, as well as just doing a little bit of a rundown for what's to come in the future as well. So perfect, much appreciated. Now, as always, before we, of course, move on to those community questions that we did have a chance to mention a little bit earlier, we're just going to proceed with some topics of discussion to, let's say, furthermore dissect everything that you were just saying in your presentation today. So yeah, you did a great job with the security features here, the AI driven one, so much appreciated. Not going to focus too much on that aspect, and we did also have a chance to already cover the speed, which is great. And one of the things, this is just a little bit of an add-on to the things that you were saying in your presentation, specifically regarding gas fees, right? So one of the other major selling points would be that the gas fees associated with people actually using the blockchain is that gas fees are going to be very, very low, which, again, something I did mention in the introduction, is something that I'm a fan of as well. But just for the sake of simplicity and clarity for not only myself, but also everyone tuning into today's session, I'm just kind of curious to know regarding, let's say, average gas fees. So what to actually expect as far as, I don't know, let's say equivalent value in USD if you were to perform transactions on Nexura.
So that's a very good question, Raylan. So currently, when you perform transactions in Nexura, there are being listed as 0.0002 or 0.003. So very, very low transaction fees at this moment. And depending on how the value of that uh, coin evolve over time, it's still gonna be really low, less than 1 cent.
Perfect. Absolutely amazing. So you definitely answered everything that I wanted to hear here. And yeah, I would say definitely an encouraging factor for not only builders, but also potential investors, right? So yeah, much appreciated. Now, an additional aspect as far as, let's say, using the blockchain goes here, would also be the fact that it is EVM compatible, right? So something that you did a fantastic job of just, doing your runs on for, and what this exactly means if you guys were to, I don't know, let's say with any potential future integrations, it's going to be quite hassle free for anyone if they would decide to integrate your blockchain to, I don't know, let's say decentralized exchanges, maybe launchpads, as you did have a chance to already mention. Your dApps, basically the sky is the limit here, right? So it just kind of brings me to the question because, okay, you already mentioned the GemPad integration here, but if you don't mind, because I don't exactly know how much information you can already reveal and, how much information is already public, but I'm kind of curious to know regarding, I don't know, potential other future integrations, maybe partnerships, because here I think is a perfect way for, once again, those integrations with maybe, I don't know, DEXs, any other dApps, really. It's quite an easy way for you guys to get recognition as well, right? Because if you just decide to proceed with integrations with, once again, maybe DEXs here, it's a perfect way for you to get extra exposure and just kind of help one another out, right? So I'm just curious to know if there's any other partnerships that you guys are already securing for the sake of those integrations.
That's a very good question, Raylan. So I have a marketing director that's very expertise on that area. So we're currently not providing names at this moment until they make a final announcement. But definitely, we are integrating different partnerships on the pipeline, and then so you will see a lot of dApps on our end being developed, just like our DEX, our own DEX with Nexura, and then our wallet, which it will have. Our plan is to have our swaps, our limit, and cross-chain bridges. So everything is interconnected between different blockchains.
Perfect. Yeah, and I'm, this is exactly why I said that I'm not 100% sure if this is something you can already reveal to the public because, obviously once you have some aces up your sleeve anyway. So yeah, makes perfect sense. Definitely excited to see how you guys are going to be approaching this. And just a little bit of an add-on since we're already talking about, well, I guess you could also say incentives, right? Because it's going to be extra promotion, extra marketing activities to just help one another out. So let's just talk about specifically focused towards builders, right? So we're gonna focus on investors later on with some token holder benefits. But let's say for, since there's a lot of builders in the space anyway, and there's a lot of projects, and this is something that we see on the daily as well, where you're kind of, I don't know, you have not yet decided on which blockchain you'd like to use for, I don't know, either building a dApp, or maybe just launching a token. So you obviously have quite a lot of alternatives, and it just brings me to the question, since, you obviously would like to, let's say, we have a proposal, maybe just incentives for any builders, anyone that would like to launch a coin perhaps on Nexura, and if they're kind of deciding which chain to go with, you obviously would like to encourage them to use your chain, So at the end of the day, I'm just kind of trying to figure out if you guys are going to have, let's say, maybe a grant program for those builders, anything really that you could encourage them and maybe persuade them that they would start either, building on your blockchain, or maybe just launch a token there, maybe even promotional activities, anything really that could go towards, incentivizing those builders.
Oh yes, absolutely, Ryan. That's a very good question for developers. We're definitely looking at that, and definitely we're looking to incentivize future developers, to build on our platform, to make sure they're more encouraged to try our network for sure.
Perfect. Exactly what I like to hear. Thank you very much. Now, as I did have a chance to mention a little bit earlier, here was, a little bit of a focus towards, let's say, specifically builders. Now, I think it only makes sense for us to transition into some token holder benefits, or something we briefly got a chance to already talk about in both my introduction as well as your presentation. So I think for a brief moment, let's just focus towards governance. Then we're going to talk about staking a little bit more, basically everything that token holders can expect as part of the benefits that you're offering to them. So to not overly complicate things, let's just focus on the governance aspect first. So obviously something that participants will then have a say in, the decision-making process, so they can kind of be, treated as let's say, as a member of the core team. I think it makes perfect sense to me here. And I'm just kind of wondering if there's anyone that is interested to contribute to the sale, just so they kind of know if they want to fulfill the minimum requirement, the minimum threshold for either, I don't know, I assume that you guys are going to approach this either a set amount of tokens that you need to either hold or stake. So I'm just kind of curious to know if you would like to have access to those voting rights, so to be a part of the governance model, if you guys already decided on the set amount of tokens that you need to hold. So let's say the minimum threshold here.
Yes, definitely. We have already have a staking program that we are testing at the moment, and then holders are able to stake to different validators, and then the stakeholders and validators have a say in the community on what the proposal will go towards the roadmap of the Nexura. So as far as how much token are going to be what the holders needs, we're still trying to finalize that at this moment.
Okay, no problem at all. No problem at all. And in ties to this, and I also do have the proposal dashboard ready to go here. I just opened it just so I can kind of see how you guys decided to approach this. First and foremost, I'm just going to continue with those voting rights before we actually move on to adding a proposal. So yeah, with the voting power, something that you already touched upon is the fact that the amount of tokens that you're going to need as far as the minimum requirements go, that you did not set on that yet. But I'm just wondering, so I'm not going to go with specific numbers here, but as far as voting power goes, right? So I'm going to provide you with a little bit of an example here. Let's say, for instance, you have 50 participants as part of the governance. They all fulfill the minimum requirements of the tokens that you guys are going to set later on. So let's say, obviously the holdings are going to differ from one another. Let's say there's a few participants that barely meet the minimum threshold, and then you're going to have probably some whales alongside those as well. So what I'm just wondering here, once, let's say, voting on a proposal takes place, if everyone's going to have equal voting power, or if you guys are approaching this, if you have significantly larger holdings as opposed to the minimum requirement, your vote is going to count more for, I don't know, let's say just one.
Yeah, so a lot of the voting that influence the proposal is how much the token holder has, and it will influence a lot of where the roadmap will go. That's where we're currently thinking of right now.
Perfect. Much appreciated. Thank you for the feedback here. And yeah, as I did mention a little bit earlier, I do have the proposal dashboard already opened here. So naturally, it got me thinking, because there's a button here to actually add a proposal, right? So I'm just curious to know, we already did have a chance to talk about, let's say, potential requirements, even though that the token amount is not yet set as far as you having voting power goes. But for, let's say, if I would be interested to add my own proposal, are there any limits to this as well? Do you have, let's say, other requirements, maybe more strict requirements, as opposed to you only having voting power here? And ultimately, since, just having the button to add a proposal, it got me thinking that a lot of participants, a lot of token holders will have the possibility to add their own proposals. If you guys are strict with what you can actually propose to, I don't know, either add, maybe change, or if you can do anything that you'd like, and then, of course, still having participants to vote on, let's say, the set proposal in question.
Yes, that's a very good question. So right now we're doing a testing on those proposals. Our current maximum validators right now is set to 30. So eventually, we encourage different validators to set up a node on our network, and then each of those stakeholders can delegate their tokens, and then eventually different validators can influence where the proposal will go.
Thank you very much for the feedback here as well. And let's just tie this together to staking, So obviously you also have the staking dashboard ready to go as well. And since we start talking about staking here, I'm just going to just going to do a very short and simple question regarding, let's say, if you fulfill the set requirements, so you already have the minimum staking amount of tokens right now. So if you decide to tweak that, no issue at all as well. But let's say if you decide to stake your tokens, if the staking pool is going to be flexible, let's say if you can choose your very own custom, let's say, lock period. So then, of course, the APY differing what you decide to lock the tokens for. Or is it just going to be the same pool for absolutely everyone with the, let's say, the same lockup period, just so we're on the same page regarding this as well?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's a very good question. So our staking program right now, once you stake and then you decided to unstake, it takes about at least 2 days before you can withdraw your tokens. So it's not like a 14-day wait time. You can immediately unstake after 2 days. So that's where it sets at this moment.
Perfect. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. Now we're just going to do 3 more topics of discussion here, and then we're going to continue with those community questions, as I did mention earlier. So if you guys want to know something, you know the drill, just make sure to raise your hand here. So this is more so about, let's say, upcoming utilities, right? So obviously you're going to have your very own cross-chain bridge as well. So for instance, just a little bit of stats regarding this as well, right? So let's say that I decide to bridge Zura tokens from Ethereum to, of course, your blockchain, so an Nexura blockchain. I'm just kind of interested to know about estimated fees, if this is going to be practically if you are just doing transactions on Nexura, or if you're going to have any additional fees that you need to be, let's say, vary off, or as we're talking about the fees to actually use the cross-chain bridge, I also am kind of interested to know about ETA, because, obviously cross-chain bridges, they differ from one another, and obviously from which chain you're going to be bridging to at the end of the day. But I'm kind of curious to know if this is going to be something that's going to be done almost instantly, or if you're going to have to wait, a couple of hours, maybe a day or two, just estimate its time, let's say.
That's a very good question, Raylan. So our cross-chain bridge right now, it's being tested, and we've already tested a couple of bridges, which we are planning to bridge Ethereum, Binance, Polygon, Avalanche, what else? Arbitrum. So we plan on bridging those, and so far, what I've seen is all the transaction fees, they cross bridge very fast. So it's not gonna be hours. It's not gonna be so many minutes. It's pretty much instantly.
Perfect. Now, not only is this an encouraging factor, but I also like the fact, as far as, let's say, supported chains go from where to bridge to Nexura, you guys are obviously having quite a lot of alternatives. So I think this is definitely the way to go for, potentially mass adoption. So much appreciated. And of course, if there's going to be demand, maybe even something that, token holders that have voting rights, or if they decide to make their own proposals, they could potentially vote on, let's say, future blockchains to add to the cross-chain bridge, right? So I think that's a perfect fit of just tying it together to the entire ecosystem. So much appreciated. And just the only thing that I did want to focus on before we once again continue with those community questions would be your Nexura wallet. So something, if I'm not mistaken, that's planned for this year in Q3. So this is something that, I'm not entirely sure if you're already developing or if this is something that you're going to start developing soon. But yeah, to not put you on the spot too much, at least, I just kind of want to ask regarding, I don't know, maybe a feature of 2 that you can once again already share to the public, because at the end of the day, I know that this is something very hard, because if it's not yet live, you obviously would not like to reveal too much if you have any, let's say, groundbreaking utilities that are tied to the wallet, because obviously you would just like to keep it to yourself, right? But again, for the sake of clarity and what to expect, I'm just kind of interested to know what's the wallet, if there's any features you can already share that will make the wallet stand out from the rest of the crowd, since, there's obviously quite a lot of wallets already available for participants in DeFi to use. So yeah, if you can share that would be perfect. And if you can't, I completely understand as well.
Oh, definitely. That's a very good question. So as our roadmap say, our Q3, we will plan to roll out our own wallet, Nexura wallet. So we can't reveal too much of all the features at this moment, but it's going to be really groundbreaking. It's going to be, of course, multi-layered security in place. And our aim for this is mass adoption.
I think that, as far as DeFi in general goes, specifically regarding wallets as well, I'd say that, obviously speaking, security is important. So it definitely is an encouraging factor that you guys are heavily focused towards that. So yeah, much appreciated. Again, I think you did a phenomenal job with the presentation, and I do thank you for answering all of my questions here as well. And yeah, to keep it moving, let's continue with those community questions here today. So Tom, you're going to be the first participant, so you're going to be on the hot seat. You know how this goes. Better make your questions count. Better make them great ones. Hopefully you had an awesome day so far, and the floor is all yours. Welcome.
Hey, thank you so much, Renault. Great day so far, guys. So, quick question about the tokenomic part. So about that, on the white paper, it mentioned there was a 10% pre-sale which sold at a discount to fund the development, but this isn't reflected on your website token chart. May I know, was it like merged into another category, or is it like allocated differently?
If I understand your question, thank you so much for asking that question. So our tokenomics is listed on our homepage. So different sections, share of those will go towards pre-sales, and then definitely the pre-sale will help toward future development. So our marketing director will be handling a lot of different marketing campaigns. So does that answer your question?
I think you didn't understand. I guess it was on your white paper, the mention of there was a 10% pre-sale for your maybe something like a private round. I don't know, because it was mentioned it's sold at discounted price. I don't know if it was a typo, or I don't know. Can you confirm that it was a typo, or something else?
Also, if I understand your question, so 10% of those pre-sale will, 10% of those distribution will go toward handling the pre-sale. So there's going to be different pre-sale rounds coming up. So out of those, they will be distributed accordingly.
Awesome, great. Thanks for covering that. And yeah, looking forward to the launch. And thank you so much, Reynolds.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your question, Tommy. And of course, we're going to keep on moving to In-Depth Observer. Hopefully you're having an awesome day so far as well. Floor is all yours. Welcome. Hello, hello. If you're ready to go, just unmute your mic.
Yo, what's up? Raylan, how you doing?
Hey, welcome. Fantastic. How about yourself?
Yeah, thank you. I'm doing good. So let me go straight to the question.
Go
So
for it.
straight up, my first question would be regards to the security enhancements. The security enhancements made available on the part of the white paper. So how will the AI powered security features integrate with the existing blockchain frameworks? And will they seamlessly support other chains for compatibility? You get it? Yeah, we're able to get that.
Thank you so much for that question. If I understand it correctly, our AI will be integrated with our Nexura blockchain, where it will detect any kind of vulnerabilities that are happening in real time. So, which is a great benefit for any developers or smart contract being launched on our network to make sure there's no potential exploits. I'm not sure if that answers your questions.
Okay, so the main question here is will there be seamless support for other chains if there is need for compatibility?
Oh yes, definitely. So our Nexura network, our blockchain, it's EVM compatible. So if it can run through Ethereum based blockchain, Binance, Ethereum, a similar kind of network, it will definitely be compatible to be deployed on our smart contract network. Does that answer your question?
So my last question. Okay, yeah, answered my first question. Let me go straight up to the last one. So, will there be ways to prevent AI decision making from introducing bias view into transparent blockchain transactions? So there will be no AI taking the lead. Did you get that?
Yes, our blockchain, once it's validated, it can never be irreversible. So our blockchain, the hash is what's protecting the blockchain. So once the hash is validated, everything is secured.
Oh, all right. So I hope you'll be able to integrate the AI to work with human. So yeah, that's all my question that I got. Thank you, Rayland. I appreciate the opportunity, man.
Thank you so much for all your questions.
Thank you for the questions, In-Depth Observer. And we're going to keep on moving to Sainty. Hope you're having an awesome day so far as well. And the floor is all yours. Welcome.
Lance, thank you. I was watching like the white paper is kind of subtle, like you know what you like you know what you the areas that you have to attack, but like I'm not seeing much about partnerships here. Like, do you have any launchpad partnerships or sort of where projects can go and gain visibility? So are you going to be visible there right now, like, because you need a lot of partnerships in order to get this moving.
Thank you so much for that question. So definitely, a lot of partnerships are very important, which is our marketing director, who is very expertise at this area, will be handling all those, and definitely it's in the pipeline.
Not the usual marketing, like as calls and Twitter posts, or Telegram calls, or something like that. I'm talking about partnering with Launchpad so that your chain is registered. Tying up with maybe crypto journalists in order to like propagate your use of your chain and everything. I'm not seeing depth in the branding part of like the marketing. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, definitely, I understand what you're saying. So our marketing director, not just marketing, but real partnerships are on the pipeline.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for the question, Sainty. And we're going to keep on moving to Sadiq. Sadiq, welcome. Hopefully you're having an awesome day so far as well. And the floor is all yours.
Thank you very much. So, Rayland, I'm having a blast today, and it's great speaking to you once again. And good day to you, the team from Missouri.
Hi, great to have you.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Go for it.
All right. Thank you very much for the opportunity. So I'm just going to run down straight to my very first question, and which is concerning the security protocol. That I see, which is a really, really beautiful, and talking about the flawless and the efficiency of AI when it comes to current days. I mean, it's quite a beautiful thing. But I mean, the question I just kind of have is, I mean, we've seen so many situations where a developer trying to build something on a blockchain, either the app or stuff like that. Now, when it comes to the security, and then these AI is actually also programmed, right? And sometimes errors or issues may occur. And when you reach out to the team, and they'll be like, "Well, our AI is still developing and still learning and stuff like that." So I was just kind of curious, when or if at all, let's say a situation like this does arise someday. I mean, do you guys actually have in place a contingency or like a backup plan where, let's say the AI, misfunctions at a point since probably not fully developed? And I mean, would you guys be actually putting it back up? Because I think how, humans may get tired and all that. I think it's a beautiful thing to still have humans, at the back end, trying to make sure these things are actually, reorganized if, that there's going to be any issue at all in the future. So if something like that ever arises, do you guys actually have a way to actually just fix it, or we're still going to be depending on your AI to, come up and stuff like that?
That's a very good question. Thank you for bringing that up. Definitely, there will be occasions that AI might not function as you say, um, what it needs to do. So that's why we have currently over 20 developers working with our AI technology, and will definitely have that feature available so that if any functionality happens like that, it will do its job.
Yeah. So in this case, I mean, we do understand. So it will do the job. I like for the fact. Thank you for the transparency. First of all, when you're talking about the team of developer you guys have. So does it mean, let's say, something like that does happen a dysfunction? And I mean, is there going to be like, do we have to wait for your AI to come back up after your developers review it, or there's going to be people who are actually going to, let's say, at a point, execute a particular contract so it just go efficiently while they work on the AI to come back online, or what was it going to be like? So we actually know what we're dealing with as developers, so we don't just jump into something, then we begin to wait and ponder whether or not or when it's going to come up or stuff like that.
Oh, definitely, that's a very good question, and we don't want network to go down at any time. We want to be able to have a network that's available 24/7, and our servers. We have multiple servers that's backing up our network at all times. So definitely, will prevent that from happening.
All right, awesome. So thank you very much, man. So for my very last question, this is going to be on your, I think, governance. It's pretty simple and direct question too. I'm going to quote from your white paper here, which says, centralized decision-making in some blockchains reduces community influence, and also lack of transparent voting system leads to unfair governance. Now, speaking of governance and decentralized issues and all that, I must say I've been on the space for quite a while, and we keep talking about voting, community, this, but I've never really seen, where these things actually do impact or the transparency as, most projects may claim. So when you're talking specifically about your transparency voting system, I want to understand, I mean, for my sake, and of course, for the sake of other people who are actually listening here, this transparency was going to be like, because for me, personally, I've always expected something to be like, okay, a particular amount of voters, people voted on this particular thing, and we are going to be implementing this or that in the future, or due to some certain reasons or things like that, we're going to be putting down this vote and bringing this up and stuff. So I don't understand. So it's going to be like a dashboard where we actually monitor these things, or it is just going to be another regular, project where we just say, okay, transparency and all that. And in the end, we don't really understand fully what's going on with our votes and the governance and stuff.
So yeah, thank you so much for that question. Exactly. So we have a staking link where stakers, token holders can stake to different validators, and then we have a proposal section page where each of those voters can vote or enter any kind of proposal. So it's going to be transparent. I'm not sure if that answers your question.
Well, you said it's going to be transparent, so I mean, not to delve too deep and take too much time. I mean, I was hoping you're going to tell us something like, okay, we're going to make sure a dashboard or something like this is going to come up. I mean, transparency is just a word most projects use, and at the end, we keep waiting to see this actual transparency without actually knowing if our vote is what is actually being implemented on the project or not. But regardless, I think, it's quite fair, your answer. I don't understand you guys are still building and all that, but I do see something magnanimous in the future.
Definitely will take definitely into consideration what you're saying, but currently we have a proposal page, so you will see the different proposals and what votes are going towards the different proposals being made.
All right, thank you very much, Shane. And then thank you, Mr. Ryanlands. Sorry, Lance. Sorry. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much for the question, Sadiq. And we're going to keep moving to Sujay. Sujay, hope we're having an awesome day so far as well. And the floor is all yours, man. Welcome.
Hey, Lance. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing well. Hello, Hikari.
Hi, how you doing? Thank you so much.
I'm doing good, thank you. First question, I was looking at your website. I was just looking at the team composition. So it says there is a CEO, which is yourself, then there's a marketing officer, CMO, or a marketing director, and then there's a couple of developers. Is that the entire team as of now? Because I see it was formed way back.
Hello. Yeah, thank you so much for that question. Definitely, we have a lot of team in place at this moment. We are about 26 total. Uh, those 20, including those developers working on our blockchain.
Okay, so about 25 people. Okay. Okay. So the second question is in terms of the blockchain itself. Now, I think in today's day and age, a blockchain is only as valuable as its adoption, as the number of developers developing for the blockchain, and then the number of users using what is being developed and provided. Um, because there's just so many of them out there, and not many people eventually end up, attracting a lot of adoption. So when it comes to a new blockchain in 2025, I know you have some differentiator, like the AI taking care of security and stuff, but for somebody who is not that well versed with the blockchain and is only using it for specific utilities, how do you sort of build that adoption? What kind of campaigns do you have in mind? Things like hackathons and stuff for the builders, and also what kind of campaigns do you have to attract users to the platform?
That's a very good question. Thank you for asking that. Our marketing, as I mentioned, our marketing director is very experienced, well versed in this area, and he will be handling those. And definitely, there's already uh, a lot of stuff on the pipeline, including, as I mentioned, on the presentation. We're planning on securing a tier one listing coming up. So and then also our wallet is planned on the next quarter. So mass adoption is in the work. We understand fully what you mean.
Okay, got it. And I'm also thinking there's going to be a sizable funding or sort of money that you can use to burn in the initial phases that's going to be needed to sort of attract builders and users alike, because you're going to have to maybe provide some incentives to builders, maybe pay them more than what others are paying as far as users are concerned, maybe give them a fee less transaction, things like that, any kind of an incentive that, makes you stand out when they compare it with other blockchains.
Thank you so much for that. Yes, definitely. There's going to be a lot of incentives for future holders of Zero coins. So we're definitely going to provide those announcements very soon.
Okay, thank you very much. Looking forward to how this pans out, and wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Yeah, thank you, Renlens.
Thank you very much for the question, Sujay. And we're going to keep it moving to a few more. Rookie, we're going to be up next. So hopefully you're having an awesome day so far as well. And the floor is all yours. Welcome.
Yo, Rennie, how you doing?
Hey, fantastic. How about yourself?
It's been cool, yeah. I'll be playing your vibes this morning.
Sorry, what did you say?
I said I'll be feeling your vibes this morning.
Let's go. Perfect. Sorry, didn't quite catch that a little bit earlier. So, yeah, I hope you're having an awesome one as well. And hit us with the questions, man.
Okay, this is my question. My question is about blockchain. So, which security chain are they partner with, or which specific aspect of development with their launch involved? Can you get me? Rennie, can you get me?
Hello. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Can you repeat that question, please?
Yeah, me as well. You're kind of sorry for cutting off. You're kind of cutting off your connection here. So, yeah, try to repeat it and let's see if we can dissect this.
Okay, I said which blockchain security firm have you partnered with?
Okay, I got it now. Which security firm you were planning on partnering up with? Did I catch that? Okay, perfect, Rookie.
Which Ethereum partner is that? What you're?
No, security firm. Security firm.
Security partner.
Oh, which security firm we're partnering with?
Yeah.
So right now, if you're asking for the like an audit, we're actually partnering with Ether Authority, and then we're planning to move to different security firms that we're planning to announce soon. I'm not sure. Hello, I'm not sure if that answers your question.
Rookie, I think we lost you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, welcome.
I said that answered my question. So my second question.
I go for it. Go.
To my second question. Hello, Rainy.
Yeah, we can hear you. Go for it. We can hear you.
We can,
no
we
issue
can
at
hear.
all.
Sorry.
Okay. To my second question, which social media presence are you engaging your community with?
Did you catch it? Because I did. I'm gonna be completely honest.
Yeah. Did you get it?
I did not. No.
I said which social media presence will you be engaging your community into?
Can you do it a little bit slower if you don't mind?
Okay. Which of the social media presence will you be engaging your community into?
Oh yes. I think I got what you're asking. Thank you for asking that. So our social, we're definitely trying to make sure we use a lot of different social media to bring about attention to our Nexura blockchain. We are definitely using, of course, the X platform, YouTube platform, Telegram platform.
Okay. That's very good. Thanks, Rennie, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much for your questions.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I wish
Questions, Rookie?
You're welcome.
Have a good one. All right, we're going to do two more questions here. Moving on to Sieda Zara Alt. Hopefully, you're having an awesome day as well. And hit us with the questions. Welcome. Hello, Zara. Are you with us? I would assume
Hi,
no.
how are you?
Never mind. Welcome.
Sorry.
No problem.
Okay,
No problem. Proceed with your question. No problem.
okay, thank you. Okay, my question is, what kind of partnership of uh, forming to drive adoption, and how does solution eliminate intermediate and enable peer-to-peer interaction? Have you got it?
Can you repeat that? I'm so sorry.
Have you get my question?
Can you repeat that, please? Thank you.
Okay, and I can repeat. What Maya does your project take to ensure data ownership and privacy, and what kind of partnership in your data forming to drive adoption?
So
I want
definitely,
to ask
thank
about
you.
adoption.
Oh, thank you so much for your question. Definitely, we're planning to have full adoption by introducing our wallet very soon, which will allow worldwide users to make transactions using the wallet. So you can download that wallet through Apple or Android devices, and then of course we're planning to have our tier one listing very soon also. So that's gonna create more adoption and more exposure for Nexura.
Okay, and I wanna ask AI integration enhance decision making and automation. Kindly tell me about it.
Definitely. Thank you so much for that question. So Nexura is going to be integrated with artificial intelligence, where it will detect real-time vulnerabilities in the network. So when it sees any kind of type of exploit, it will identify it at real time.
Okay, thank you for answering me, and best of luck for your project.
Thank you so much for all your questions.
Thank
Okay,
you very
thank
much.
you.
Thank you very much. Now we're going to keep on moving to the last question. So we're going to bring back the hot seat. Benova, you're going to be on the last hot seat today. So you know how this goes. Better make your questions count. Better make them great ones. And of course, hopefully you're having an awesome day so far. The floor is all yours. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much, Greenland, for the opportunity. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Welcome.
Thank you. Okay, let me just go straight to the question because we don't have much time. I saw on the roadmap that you said
I think you cut off or it's my connection. Not entirely sure. Hello, Benova. Can you hear him? Because I can't.
No, I cannot. I'm sorry.
can you hear me now?
Okay, welcome. We can.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I said I read on the roadmap, when I went through the website, I read on the roadmap that where you said you'll be registering the project as a registered company. My first question is, which country will you be registering the project as a registered company first?
That's a very good question. Thank you for asking that question. So, the company will be registered in Holland. Does that answer your question?
Okay. Yeah, it does. I thought I wasn't, hearing you. Okay, my second question will be, will the team that are currently involved in, pushing and creating this project, will they also be added as directors in the company that will be registered to?
So right now, thank you for asking that question. So our team right now is a total of 26, including our marketing director, which is a very expert at in this field. So definitely more team eventually will come in the on the network.
Okay. But that didn't answer my question. What I was asking is, will they be also involved as the director when registering this company, or you have another set of director you just want to incorporate in the business?
So that's for
Did you get me?
Yes, I believe I get you. So there will be registering of the company, and for sure, um, uh, some of it will be confidential, but it'll be registered.
Okay. No, and I get you. I think I'm having difficulty getting your explanation because of my network. Well, anyway, I'm going to slide into your DM to ask more. Thank you. Thank you, Rainland, for the opportunity.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much for the questions. And yeah, with that being said, here's where we're going to end today's session. So just wanted to say thank you very much, Hikari, for, all the useful information, for not only answering all of my questions, but the community questions as well. Wishing you and the rest of the team the best of luck for the pre-sale and, of course, the launch following after pre-sale. And yeah, best of luck, and hopefully you have an awesome rest of the day as well.
Thank you so much, Raylan.
No problem at all. And to our awesome community members, appreciate you all tuning in, and we're going to catch you on the next one. Have a good rest of the day as well. Cheers.